In my first impression video about the iPhone 17 Pro, I compared it to my old phone, the iPhone 12 Pro. And in the comments of this video, a few of you asked me if I could do a comparison video between the camera system of the 17 Pro and the camera system of the 12 Pro. So in the last few weeks, with the limited time I had, I tried to make some pictures with both phones at the same time and compare them with you together. And this is what we are going to try right now. I do not have a fancy software with which I can, show you both images at the same time. Maybe I will do this in post-production. Mad respect to all the YouTubers out there that do those comparison videos with different phones and different cameras. I've tried it now and it's a struggle. It's a struggle, I have to say. But without further ado, let's go into the pictures that I took. Again, not very professionally, but I think the point will come across. So let's start with this right here. This is a picture of the iPhone 12 Pro's main camera. And this right here is the iPhone 17 Pro's main camera from the exact same position. And right from the start, you can see that the camera of the 12 Pro is tighter than the camera of the 17 Pro. The 12 Pro has a 26mm camera, main camera, and the 17 Pro has a 24mm main camera. And that is the result of that. You have a little bit more picture from the same position. What you prefer, 26, 24, up to you. What I wanted to show you with these pictures is, if I zoom in, we can see the detail of the Funkturm right here in Berlin, and we can see the metal structure. Yes, we can see a little bit of the antenna, but it's not that sharp, and yeah, you shouldn't really zoom into this picture anyway. And right here we have the exact same picture from the exact same position with the 17 Pro, and when we zoom in, we instantly see that there is way more detail in the structure of the Funkturm, especially right here on top on the antenna. You can even see those little lines going from the left to the right. If we go back to the picture from the 12 Pro and we zoom in on the exact same position, you can barely even see the antenna, so to speak. So yeah, there we have on the main camera, we definitely have a difference between the 12 Pro and the 17 Pro. This right here is the maximum zoom. This is the maximum zoom of the iPhone 17 Pro. It's the optical 4x zoom. And this right here is the maximum of the 12 Pro. It's a 2x zoom. And if we will go in here, we can see that as soon as we zoom in, we see it looks a little bit artificially sharpened. A little bit denoise is going on here as well, I would say. But overall, fine image. But then the exact same on the iPhone 17 Pro. We can zoom in here and we have just way more detail. You can see the structure of the Funkturm pretty nice. You can see the antenna. You can even see little details on the antenna. I would say a big upgrade with the 17 Pro. Right here is a picture of a tree, and if we zoom into this picture to the left, you can see this is the iPhone 12 Pro. It's the main camera again, and this just looks like a mess, I would say. You can see, these are leaves, but you have those artificial shadows over the leaves. It just looks like a lot of processing is happening right here. If we have the same picture right here on the 17 Pro, we can see that it just looks way more natural, and in my opinion way better than the photo of the iPhone 12 Pro. Over here we have a picture of the ultra-wide lens from the 12 Pro, and for me, I have to say the differences between the ultra-wide lenses are the least noticeable in my opinion. For example, again, this is the 12 Pro right here, and now if we go to the same picture from the 17 Pro, we see it just, the white balance obviously is different, but it just really doesn't look that much different, What we can say is if we zoom in the corner right here, that here those poles, they look a little bit sharper. Also, the sky is a little bit better. If we compare it to this picture, for example, you see that the sky here is falling apart a little bit. Doesn't really look that good. And also the poles, they are not as sharp and look jittery on certain positions. So yeah, the ultra wide of the 17 Pro is definitely better, but it's not significantly better over the iPhone 12 Pro, I would say. Here's a small example how the camera screen looks on the iPhone 12 Pro. You can see right here, if we focus on it, you have a 0.5, a 1x and a 2x zoom, and that's it. You don't have anything else. This is everything you got on the iPhone 12 Pro, and for every single one of those settings you have a specific lens. The same right here on the 17 Pro. As you can see, again, let me zoom in down here. You have the 0.5x, the 1x, the 2x, the 4x, and the 8x. So you have way more versatility right here from the get-go. Also, you can click on the 1x button on your phone and you can switch through different simulated focal lengths with the camera, for example. So you have the 1x, then you go to 24, 28, and 35. Then you go to 2x, 4x, and 8x. So this is what Apple claims are like 8 lenses in this phone. There's a lot of digital cropping going on there, but still, you at least have the 0.5, the 1x, and the full 4x as special lenses on your phone. So I would say a big upgrade comparing the hardware of the 12 Pro and the 17 Pro right here. And this is only the zoom stages you can use. You know, it's not even talking about different modes you have with the iPhone 17 Pro. For example, you have log recording, you have ProRes recording, you have Pro RAW recording, you have action mode, you have this dual capture stuff. You also have the way better, significantly better selfie camera, which uses the square sensor. So from a hardware point, there's no doubt that the iPhone 17 Pro is way better than the 12 Pro. Let's go to the pictures of people, of myself. Ignore myself, ignore me on the pictures. I do not look well on those pictures, but you can see the difference in the lenses. So this is the 12 Pro, as you can see right here. And the whole picture just looks a little bit noisy, I have to say, and also not that sharp, I would say. And if we compare this to the 17 Pro right here, you can see that the picture in general looks sharper. And if we zoom in, we also see that it's way sharper in my face, and it even looks a little bit more natural. You see there's a lot more detail going on in the hair. If we do the same on the 12 Pro, you see, yeah, my face is just not as sharp, and my hair has also way less detail. So this is the main camera of the 12 Pro, and this is the main camera of the 17 Pro. Pretty big difference, I would say. Also here, this is a selfie on the 12 Pro, and this is a selfie on the 17 Pro. As you can see, the 17 Pro, especially in the sky, has way more dynamic range. On the 12 Pro, the sky is completely blown out and you don't see anything of the sky. Also, if you take a look on my skin in this shot looks natural and not overly sharpened. Also, there's a lot of detail going on in my hair. And if we compare this to this shot of the 12 Pro, it looks way more sharpened. It looks like my skin and everything in my face is very, very digitally sharpened. And I have to say, I enjoy the look on the 17 Pro way more than the look on the 12 Pro with the selfies. And here's a different example. This is the 17 Pro. Again, you can see smooth skin, detail in the hair, overall well-exposed image. And right here, this is the 12 Pro, and you can see my skin looks way more oily. It looks artificially sharpened. It's more contrasty than the picture from this 17 Pro. So overall, I would say in terms of selfie camera, there's no doubt that the 17 Pro wins this. So this also is quite interesting. This is the closest you can get with the 12 Pro main lens. And this is the closest you can get with the 17 Pro main lens. So the focus distance of the 12 Pro is actually closer than the focus distance of the 17 Pro. But then on the other hand, you have macro mode with the 17 Pro. You don't have that on the 12 Pro. This is how close you can go to, in this case, the plant, and take a picture with the macro mode. Looks pretty cool, I would say, but it's the ultra wide in this case. It automatically switched to the ultra wide. It's not the main camera. So this is the closest you can go with the main camera of the 17 Pro. This is the closest with the 12 Pro, and this is the macro mode you have on the 17 Pro. Down here I have only a few pictures of Berlin that I've taken, that I've shot with the 17 Pro 4X and 8X. Those are just pictures you cannot recreate with the iPhone 12 Pro, just simply because you don't have the hardware for that in this phone. So my conclusion from comparing both cameras on the 12 Pro and the 17 Pro is that clearly the 17 Pro wins. On the 12 Pro, the pictures just look more like phone pictures. They look a lot more digital than the photos of the 17 Pro. You have a lot of denoising going on, artificial sharpening. You don't have as much dynamic range on the 12 Pro. The selfie camera isn't the best. It looks over-sharpened and too contrasty in my opinion. And with the 17 Pro, you have way more neutral looking photos. They do not look that digital. You can still see digital artifacts from time to time in some of those photos, but they do not look as artificial as the pictures from the iPhone 12 Pro. Also, you have a lot more detail. So if you want to crop in a picture, for example, you're way better off with the camera system of the 17 Pro. You also have better hardware. You have a 4x zoom with the 17 Pro, only a 2x zoom with the 12 Pro. You can digitally zoom with the 17 Pro up to 40 times, which I will definitely not recommend, but you could do if you wanted to do it. And you have a lot more other features. You have photographic styles, you have action mode, you have dual capture, you have Apple Log, you have Apple Log 2, you have Apple RAW, you have so much more with the camera system of the 17 Pro that, again, for me, there's no doubt that the 17 Pro is a worthy upgrade, especially if you're coming from the 12 Pro. I know you're probably used to better or more professional videos, especially comparing two different phone cameras. There are great YouTubers out there that do this. I sadly had just a limited amount of time to create this video, and so this is what we ended up with. I still hope that you got the information from this video that you needed to make your decision on whether to upgrade to the 17 Pro or maybe wait another year or two, or don't upgrade at all. Maybe just switch out the battery of your iPhone 12 Pro or 12 Pro Max. But I would say, again, it's definitely worth the upgrade. So if you found this video informative, then I would appreciate a like. And again, thank you for watching. Have a great day, and I hope to see you in the next video. Stay safe.